motorists.
The high winds kept the Severn Bridge closed from early this morning. Police warned drivers of high-sided vehicles to take extra care on the region's motorways. High tide at Severn Beach brought the waves crashing over the sea defences. Police issued flood warnings to people living nearby as their homes were battered by the storms.
When I looked out the bedroom window first thing, when I had a call from the police to say that there was a flood warning, it was coming over the roof and it was quite frightening.
Mobile homes had to be evacuated as the water rose up to their front doors. Their owners spent the morning in an old people's home, waiting for the floods to go down.
I went along to the newspaper shop this morning at about 6, and the waves were cascading over the roofs of the houses opposite, and the old boating lake grounds were flooded. The water was cascading down the back of the sea wall. Went back home and got my wife out and said, "You better get dressed, I don't think we'll be here too long."
People braced themselves as the weather showed no signs of improving. Sandbags offered the only form of protection. The water levels reached 4 feet, and for a time more than 200 houses were cut off. But council officials said without the newly strengthened sea defences, it could have been much worse.
In fact, the sea defences, particularly the ones that were improved, have worked very well. The secondary wall held all the way through. But we're not out of the worst yet, because although the tide's turned now, we've another one later today. And the highest of this month's tide, of course, isn't until Wednesday.
Drivers ignored police warnings at their peril. Others had no choice but to stay at home.
From Severn Beach, the tide moved on to the lower reaches of the River Severn itself. In Gloucestershire, water breached the flood defences in several places. Locals had no warning and no time to prepare for the inevitable flooding.